All right. So this is Kathleen, aka Soklene, and you're listening to the Soklene Experience Podcast, episode 2.
Man.
Yes. And I'm here with Nigel from Highly Advised.
What's going on, y'all? This is Nigel from the Highly Advised Podcast. How are y'all doing today? We're here to, bring y'all some good information, bring good vibes to your day, all that good stuff.
Right. And he's been on the Highly Advised Podcast since March, right?
We started, what are we on, episode 23, I think? Episode, yeah, so that's 23 weeks? I mean, it's like almost half a year, you know what I mean?
Yes.
No, that's right about half a year, yeah, so right around March, yeah, that's kind of crazy. I wasn't even thinking about that. It's been a bit of time.
I've been a day one, so.
You're one of our supporters. I appreciate it highly, you know what I mean? Definitely.
Good, yeah, I'm telling you, your podcast, it just hypes me up. I am telling you, y'all listen to it every single week, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Every Thursday. I think you're going to like the next episode too, because we kind of dive into some, I'll just wait because it comes out tomorrow. I'm not sure when you put this out, but.
Saturdays.
Okay, well, for the listeners who are listening to this now, the episode will be out. But I mean, if you listen to it tomorrow, just let me know what you think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, my episodes air every Saturday. And all right, let's just begin.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So we're going to dive into pop culture, one of my fave topics.
Nice.
And I'm going to start off with Aaliyah's music being available on streaming services.
Nice. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And what do you remember about Aaliyah?
So for me, just a few things come to mind, you know what I mean? Certain songs, Rock the Boat, More Than a Woman is, just those beats, Timberland producing her beats, that really comes to mind when I think of Aaliyah and just kind of some of her timeless songs and, unfortunately her passing as well.
I know, that's so sad. I love Try Again.
Yeah.
Try Again, and I like her Anastasia, her Disney movie song.
Okay.
I forgot the name. It's Journey to Somewhere.
What movie was it for?
Disney, Anastasia, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've never actually seen that movie, so I can't even say I know the song or even heard it. I probably have heard it, but I don't know.
You heard it? I haven't really watched the movie. I just know the song because it's a tearjerker.
Okay. It's one of those things that kind of brings you to that place. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you remember what you were doing when Aaliyah died?
I do, actually. I was at my house, well, I should say my mom's house. Mm-hmm. And, me and my sister were hanging out and it was just random, we heard that she had passed away and, it felt surreal because we were just nah, there's no way. You know what I mean?
Because she was so young.
Yeah, she was so young and it just seemed a hoax. And we were nah, there's no way. Then we found out yeah, she's really gone. It was sad.
It was really sad. For me, I was on a family trip gathering thing and we all went apple picking.
Okay.
And I started just crying.
Oh, geez. Wow.
So we're at apple picking, right? And my dad is carrying me oh, it's going to be okay. I know Aaliyah died. The whole day I was straight up crying. I have those kind of attachments when it comes to celebrities.
I mean, was she one of your favorites growing up?
Yeah. And then I idolized her when she died. You know how that works.
Yeah, definitely. When artists pass away, they kind of, they grow into more than what they were in real life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's kind of sad, just seeing that potential and that spark, from those people that we really enjoy go away. Exactly.
Yeah. I think I'm not going to do that in real life.
No, definitely not.
I know. I'm not going to let my pride get in the way.
Appreciate people while they're here is what I like to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to.
Exactly. I'm going to cry. This is hitting.
Nah, I mean, it's sad. It definitely is
true.
Sad.
I think it's sad because it's true.
Yeah. And, definitely so many times there be something where it's whether it be like a TV show, a person, a thing, it's like, damn, like that thing was really good and people just didn't appreciate it. You know what I mean?
I know. And then it takes a life on its own when the person's gone.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just crazy how the world works. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
I know. You have any favorite songs of hers?
I love, Try Again because Timbaland. And I
Right.
love Timbaland because he's from Virginia Beach and I'm from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I do like her movie, Queen of the Damned.
Right.
That was twisted. It's so sad because she was getting into becoming like an actress and getting into movies. And she did a movie with Jet Li, which is the same movie, but
yeah. What was that? Kiss of the Dragon, I think?
Queen of the Damned.
No. I'm thinking about the Jet Li movie. What was that called? Damn.
I forgot too.
I don't even know. Hold on, wait.
Okay, you're gonna Google it?
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it real quick. Hold on, wait. Because I need to know now. It's gonna bother me.
It's kind of bothering me too. It is kind of late, y'all, right now.
All right. Boom. Da. Hold on. Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die.
Yep.
Whoa. We were talking about two different movies.
Yeah.
So she did Queen of the Damned and Romeo Must Die. Oh my gosh, it's hitting. Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah. Definitely, like I remember the movies come on Saturday mornings and shit. Just watch it and like, damn. And plus, I like the kung fu movies. You know what I mean? So for me, that was really nice to see.
That was like a thing back in like the early 2000s with like Rush Hour.
Exactly.
Dang. So next question. If you listen to her music on streaming services today, will her music bring back all those good or bad memories from the past? I think we did touch on this just like a second ago.
I mean, essentially, like it will. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Right.
Every time like I see her stuff, like it hits different. Like I get sad. Yeah.
Pulls on those heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, because I cried for a year.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not funny, but it's like really sad, like how devastated I was.
No, it's sad. And like, I mean, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like people felt a certain way like when Michael Jackson died, you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It's just unfortunate.
I think I felt the same way. No, Aaliyah was my first celebrity that like I was devastated when she died.
For me, it was Prodigy. I was kind of sad when Prodigy, the rapper, died. Like I was just like, damn, like because like HNIC is like, you know, my thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was just unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate. Okay. Not to like cut you off.
No, you're good.
So, okay, now NBA games being postponed and the Sixers. So, the Milwaukee Bucks postponing Game 5 with Orlando Magic.
So, it's interesting because you know, I've been watching the playoffs, love the playoffs, especially for the NBA. And I turned on the TV and that game was canceled. And I was chilling with my friend, and then I saw the Rockets game was canceled. And then it was like, I was like, there's no way LeBron's going to cancel. Boom, the Lakers game is canceled. Then they say, oh, hold on, wait. They want to cancel the rest of the season. I'm like, whoa, like this is kind of a big deal. And honestly, I respect it a lot.
I do too.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, they're standing up for their rights and trying to make things like right for the people. I have nothing but respect for that.
Yeah, I think I think NBA players have a realistic view on like the world.
Right.
I don't think they're as out of touch.
Absolutely not. And you know, I think what the NBA has done this season is pretty good as far as, you know, supporting the Black Lives Matter movement and you know, just trying to be like fully I would, like you said, in touch, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah, definitely. And dang, they were so I forgot the thought. Because dang, something happened with the player. Oh no, my gosh, I totally forgot. Anyways.
Well, which one? Let me try and jog your memory.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so something happened with the player. Are you talking about LeBron? Are you talking about Giannis? Like, you know what team they play for? Lakers, the Bucks, 76ers. They just got knocked out of the playoffs, but
they did.
Do you know what team they played for?
Because you said something about Not being out of touch. If it comes back to me, I really forgot it. My
All
bad.
right, all right. It's all good.
It happens.
It
Okay.
happens.
Yeah. Oh man, that thought it's like I feel like I know it and then it's gone.
It's on the tip of your
It's
brain.
on the tip of my brain. Okay, I'm just gonna move on.
All
Doc
right.
Rivers, yes, commented on NBA TNT. Like he had like a whole spiel, but the only part that resonated was we love this country, but this country doesn't love us back.
Okay. So how do you feel about that?
I feel personally affected by that quote.
Okay.
Because I experienced that firsthand.
Okay.
Yes. Why? Because I think as Americans, we are used to receiving love.
Okay. All right.
And I think we do have a little bit of a toxic mentality when it comes to receiving love because we are okay with receiving love, but we're not okay with giving love.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, and we're very close off when it comes to giving love and selective and exclusive when it doesn't have to be that way.
It's one of those things where it's like, I kind of get where he's coming from because like, I think at the end of the day, most people just want to be seen as people, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think as people, we should have to, beg for our lives and beg to be safe every day. It's one, and I understand like, it's one of those things where the situation, when it comes to violence against people in those situations, it can be a very difficult thing, for people to digest, especially since his kids were in the car and whatnot.
I know.
And I just hope that, everybody is, gets a good outcome out of it and that, justice is dealt where it needs to be dealt. And hopefully there's some type of, there's some good standing that can come out of all of this, hopefully some understanding from the parties that were involved. And maybe we can build for a better future and hopefully have less of these occurrences happen, overall.
Right. The first thing is to acknowledge, though.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And then go from there.
Yeah.
So now the Sixers coach being fired.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
How do I feel? So I think he had a good run. He was head coach for 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate that he got fired because the Sixers didn't make it to the playoffs.
Right.
But at least he had a good run, though.
Right. So it's kind of weird because, a lot of people talk about some of the decisions the Sixers made with Markelle Fultz. And, Joel Embiid isn't necessarily the character that, or I should say a player that everybody looks on fondly. You know what I mean? I think probably for the most part, people see Ben Simmons as like maybe the savior of the team, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things where it's like with all the pieces they've had and different things going on, throughout these past few years, I would say that I almost would be willing to look further than the coach to see what the problem is. But definitely I think it's a problem with maybe just some of the players and how they're placed and the coach and maybe some higher ups as well.
Ooh, true. When you mentioned Joel Embiid though, and he's not favored, I still love him.
He's soft.
Ooh, he is nice though. The thing is, I love him personally. So I'm like, dang, that's my dude.
I hear you. Hey, I mean, there's a lot of good players in sports that are soft. It's okay. You know what I mean?
I saw him in real life, and he is really nice. He held the door for people, and nobody realized it was him.
See, here's the thing. I'm sure some of these athletes are, nice people, and I don't know him as a person. I just know what I see from his play style, and I'm sure he probably feels a certain way, about being called soft from people, but that's what I see. I can't help.
That's what you notice.
You know what I mean? I can't help what I see. You know what I mean? That's just is what it is.
I mean, I get it. Oh, dang. Because I've seen him twice, though. It's crazy because I'm like coming from a place like, oh, I've seen him out in public. And then you're saying like, oh, I've seen him like in the court.
I mean.
So he's totally different.
I can't judge his character. I can judge his play, though.
Ooh. Dang. Throw fire. Got it. Okay, so Umbrella Academy.
Let's get to it. I'm ready to talk about this.
Okay, fresh in your mind, huh?
I know you were telling me to watch the episodes. I caught up just a few hours ago. Well, I'm sorry, a few minutes ago, pretty much. So
Pretty
yeah,
much.
like it's pretty fresh in my head.
Good. So
I was about to say, I was going to ask you, what you think of, like, episode 2?
Okay, episode 2 overall started off slow and confusing.
Okay.
Because I didn't get, probably a little bit of a spoiler alert, like, why are they, it was a flashback that didn't, okay, there we go, I could step it back.
Okay.
It was a flashback that didn't make sense.
Which one were you? Oh, okay, you're talking about where they whistled the kids into the room or whatever?
No, they were eating dinner.
Yeah. So, okay, so they were trying to explain how 5, he teleported himself into the future. That's what was going on.
True, but that was so random.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I think it's from episode 1, right? Like,
yeah,
if you paid attention.
Yeah. So, what they're saying was, like, he moved himself in the future, and then he got stuck there and whatever, and blah blah blah, because they didn't know where he was for like a decent part of episode 1 or whatever.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, so they were just explaining essentially how he got to the future in the first place.
Oh, because you know what? I didn't really I paid attention to episode 1.
Right.
And then when I paid, so then when I watched episode 2 at the end, it changed my whole perception. I feel like Umbrella Academy is better.
So it's funny, right?
Okay.
When I was watching the first episode, I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to like this show.
Okay. I felt the same way.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I was just like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this show. And I was just like, but the more I watched it, I was like, it gets a little less, corny. It's probably
episode 1 was corny.
What's the best way to put it? Quirky. It's a quirky show.
It's eccentric.
Yeah. And like, the more I watched it, the more I got past that and actually enjoyed the show for what it was.
Well, it took me a while to get past the first episode and how eccentric and quirky it was.
Right.
I had to rewatch the first 2 episodes 3 times.
Right.
Because I had to change my mindset. Like, gosh, it's so, I can't handle this.
Right.
And I had to appreciate it after watching it 3 times. But dang, 3 times though?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not a bad show. Like,
it's not a bad show.
Yeah, and I was kind of.
It proved me wrong.
Yeah, and now I was watching it and I was just like, honestly, I gotta say, 5. I like 5.
Whoa!
I like 5. I do.
I hate 5.
I know.
With a passion. 5 has bad intentions to me.
So
he seems like an evil little boy.
Here's why I like him though, because he's smart? Okay. He seems like the only one who knows kind of his what's going on. Him, I would say, number 1, has a decent idea of what he's trying to do. The other people just kind of seem like they're not really likable characters. I kind of like Diego, but he has that bad boy thing going on.
Yeah, he does. I mean? He's reckless.
Right, exactly. And I'm just kind of like, all right, whatever. But I like him though. I like the way he throws the knives. Everybody else though, Allison's kind of cool, but everybody else is like, eh.
How do you feel about Klaus? He's a crackhead.
I don't like him.
I low-key like him, but why don't you like him?
It's too much.
He does have his moments. I'm like, dude. He has childish moments. And I could relate with that because I'm the same way, but he is also very intelligent. He's
smart when he wants to be. But when he wants to be, it's not often at all.
But that's so accurate. And yeah. I noticed that too, but I like that. But you don't like that.
Nah, I mean, if you're going to be smart, if you're smart enough to know that you are smart, but you choose to be stupid, that's a bad thing.
Wow. Because
that's the way he is.
That's true. And there's a lot of people in life that make that choice. They're they have the potential to use a freaking brain.
Right.
But they make the choice to not think.
Yeah. And he is so focused on, getting his next fix. It's a
distraction.
Yeah. It's if he actually, used his brain, which he clearly does have. If you see in episode 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah, with the he pretended that was his kid.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That was smart. I like that scene a lot. And then he went right back to being regular old Claus. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm done with him.
I'm done with him.
I'm done.
That's so funny. Well, I think I think the characters love him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Because at the end, we saw that love.
What do you think Allison saw on the tape?
Allison saw that they neglected their sister.
You think she saw something about their dad that might tip them off? That
somebody killed him.
Okay. That's what you think they saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention that much because it's really hard.
Yeah, it was. Show. No, well, I mean, it's a little interesting. Like, there's a little mystery going on with the father, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I'm actually gonna watch episode 3. I'm not gonna lie.
You should.
Yeah,
I am too.
Maybe we can talk about it soon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to give this show a chance. It's hard for me to pay attention because it switches from quirky to like serious.
Okay.
And then my mind isn't like mentally prepared because I'm still like processing how quirky they were just 5 minutes ago.
Right.
So
that's the way I feel about Claus. That all that wrapped up into one is like Claus. Like,
exactly.
It's like a little bit too quirky. I'm like, oh.
He's too quirky. And when he showed that side of him, like when he was like his more aggressive side.
Right.
I realized he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's
right. Isn't he a psycho? Like, dude,
got a few screws loose.
Yeah, because he comes off like, this is fun, nice guy, and then he's like, I'm gonna I was like, bro.
Right, and it's just like, all right, man, you gotta relax.
Yeah, so he does have this like tension like built up that he doesn't show. He uses his like quirkiness, his fun side as a defense mechanism.
I think he is a liability.
Liability 100%, yes.
I don't like characters like that. I used to watch Game of Thrones. Liabilities were done quick.
Ooh, they died?
You need to watch Game of Thrones.
Dang. Oh my gosh, because I need to implement like, if you're a liability in my life, there's 2 types of people, assets and liabilities. If you're a liability, you got to be like done. You're fired.
Yeah. You're fired.
You're fired. Oh my gosh. Okay, so who's your fave? We talked about all the characters we hate.
Who do I like? That's a tough one.
Right?
Who do I like in the show? I would say I'm gonna go with number 5 for now.
Okay.
And then number 1, because I feel like if number 5 can actually figure out what's going on, he can really help save the day. I think because he's an old man, he's like almost a cranky old man in a 13. He's literally a cranky old man in a 13-year-old's body. Yeah. If he can just stop being a little cranky, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He need to get an attitude check.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What about you?
It was Claus.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. I was watching the show. I was like, I know she's gonna say Claus.
And he's like, oh my gosh, she's about to fall in love with him. Yeah, I am, okay? And it is what it is. I got a little crush.
That's fair enough. I respect it. Hey.
Gosh. It's crazy because I talked to a psychic and they said like I have an interesting type.
What did they say your type was?
They said interesting. I think they don't speak English. So
okay. All right.
They just left it at interesting. And I knew what they meant. When they said that, I was like, say no more. Say less.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, if that's, hey, look, I'm not judging. Yeah. Everybody has their thing. Yeah.
I know. It's so crazy. Okay. Oh, yeah. We talked about 5. And, okay. 5 being your favorite character, your boy is in love with the doll.
Yeah, he is. That kind of it threw me for a loop because I was just like, oh, okay, he found somebody else and like, all this like nonsense. It's like, no, he didn't. He found an inanimate object. Yeah.
Like Wilson off Castaway.
Yeah. Hey, look, this crazy old man wandering around in the future, apparently.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to open up to anybody either because, he noticed he's a loner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, I guess being alone for 40 years will probably do that for you.
True. But I think he doesn't open himself to connection.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to be hurt. And also, you can see it?
Yeah.
He's also a know-it-all.
Absolutely.
I really did not agree. I was so, turned off in the first part of the episode when he was like, he thought he knew, like he was ready to transform. Transform or transport?
I would say he
both.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He just knew, like, because honestly, overall, he does probably have the best ideas going on, but he doesn't know what's going on, so he does need help, and he's gonna have to realize that sooner or later, or else people.
Yes, but he has the ego. I think that's what it is. His ego in the beginning of the show, of episode 2, and like throughout the show, just turns me off.
Right.
And I just think he needs to let his ego go. His life will be way more better. I think it's going to change because I think they wrote his character to be so uptight. Like, there has to be room for change.
He's a grumpy old man. He's a grumpy old man at the end of the day. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So the writers did that on purpose.
Yeah. And plus, this apparently this show is based off a comic book, and I would be interested I could have read it before I saw it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To see what type of humor, because I wasn't prepared for the type of humor the show brought.
Yeah, it's quirky. It's just too quirky.
Yeah, it's very quirky.
Yeah. And since 5 is your favorite character, do you think he's a good actor?
I like 5. I think, for a kid actor, he's pretty decent. I'll say that.
I heard he's like gifted, like talented.
Really?
For a child actor, yeah.
I mean, I can believe it. I think you know who else I like? Damn. What's her name? Diego's like cop girlfriend. I like her.
Oh, I like that how she lay very attractive. Yeah. I love their dynamic.
Right.
Like watching them go back and forth.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, X-rated, it turns me on. That kind of chemistry turns me on.
Right.
More than anything.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I liked it.
It was beyond cool. Maybe I just get too passionate.
I mean, no, it's all right to get into a show. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, especially those two.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And she's attractive. And I noticed that, like, she loves, like, taking, like, is it control? She likes, like, taking over when it comes to Diego. Like, you do X, Y, and Z, you're going to go to jail. I am going to, like, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, ooh.
I didn't see it that way. I saw that as, like, hey, this guy keeps on getting in my business and this is my job. And it's like, I take my job seriously. I understand you're out here patrolling and doing what she deemed to be like these little childish games.
And he was.
Real life. You know what I mean? Like,
and he was.
I mean, but she was just trying to say, hey, stay out of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I saw it.
Yeah, she was definitely coming from like, this is my job thing, but low key, she got chemistry to approach him that way.
Definitely.
But he is doing it on purpose to, like, I don't know, because he knows that, because he has a relationship, like somewhat of a relationship with her.
I think it's one of those things where he doesn't take her job seriously because he feels like he can do it better than her.
Whoa. But you know what? I'm sorry to pinpoint, but why do guys do that? Why do guys especially don't take anything seriously?
You know, so I think it really all depends, you know.
On the guy?
Well, not only on the guy, but the situation, because, like, you know, some guys, you know, they'll be in a situation where they take it very seriously and then the girl won't. Or sometimes the girl will take things very seriously and the guy won't. I think it's one of those things where it's like you need a firm foundation in order to move forward and actually, like, be able to like pivot and then move directly in a direction. You know what I mean? I think a lot of relationships don't really have that foundation. So when you try and move, like, there's no foundation to really push off of. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. So wow, this is getting deep. Do you think that those two characters can build that foundation?
It seems like they have some type of foundation already, but they're
not on the same.
He needs to take her job seriously and she needs to allow him to help her. But I think it's more or less him that needs to take her job seriously at this point in the show.
Correct. But I also think that he doesn't have as much respect for her.
Fair enough. I would agree with that right now.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
It's going to
tell us more.
Exactly. Stay tuned. All right. So, You guys can follow me at Soklene on Instagram, SO_KLENE. And my podcast Instagram, SoClean_experience_podcast.
You can follow me at Relaxin' Jackson, no G in the Relaxin _Jackson, and also find me on the Highly Advised podcast. You know, we talk about things every week. We have a good time. See y'all here. Definitely listen to Soklene. She is a great person. She's here trying to do her thing. Appreciate her while she is here, y'all.
Oh, like I'm dead. I'm gonna cry. Okay, y'all. See you guys next episode.
See y'all later.
Peace.